you come and wash away the rain like cold side? Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Like cold sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain like cold sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Like cold sun, like cold sun. Won't you come? Like cold sun, like cold sun. Won't you come? Like cold sun, like cold sun. Won't you come?
Welcome to Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Big Top Comedy. Please welcome to stage your host, Joey G.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stab Comedy Theater. I'm your host, Joey G. So glad you're here. I don't know what giant was using this mic stand before, but I'm getting rid of it. Guys, I am so happy you're here. We got a really great lineup of comedians for you tonight. Some of the best in Sacramento, my personal favorites. Yeah! All right, awesome. Yeah, nice. So I am. We're gonna get things rolling. Everybody's feeling good, right? Everybody have a good week? Yeah. I kind of had a weird one, man. Honestly, things have been going a little rough for me. I'm on my 180th day of sobriety today. So yeah, thanks. Thank you. It's not a life choice. I'm just broke, so I don't know if I deserve all those accolades you're throwing at me, but I'll take them. I don't know. I am broke, dude. Something I notice you hear rich people say all the time is that big downfall to having all that money is that you don't know who really likes you, who your friends are, and who's just kind of silently rooting for your downfall, you know? Buddy, that's just general anxiety, man. We all get it. Have you not laid in bed 3:30 in the morning like, oh shit, have I said something else? Do they really like me or not? Like, it's not a rich people problem, man. We're all dealing with it. Just get in your rocket ship and shut the fuck up already. Like, sick of it, dude. I don't know. I am trying to get a better job. I was looking into a bunch of different stuff. One thing that I thought would be really cool, thing I applied for, was a job for the United States Air Force Special Operation Command. Yeah. Top Gun shit, you know? Fighter jets, dogfights, best of the best up in the skies, you know? Yeah, I didn't get in. So apparently the United States government has some sort of vendetta against middle-aged guys with bad knees who scream sensitive information in their sleep, so wouldn't even look at my Space Invaders high scores. It's bullshit. I don't know. Another job I looked into was for the Secret Service. Thought that would be awesome, right? But I dug into that a little bit. I found out that's not all it's cracked up to be. There's actually a lot of bullshit that goes with that, because it's not just standing around in awesome suits and sunglasses looking like a badass. Do you know that every single former U.S. president gets Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives, you guys? Forever. So you know I get stuck with the shitty assignment nobody else wants to do? Like following Jimmy Carter's 97-year-old ass around all day? Like switching out oxygen tanks, marking his little bingo card and shit. Like, I do it, man. I do the work. I wouldn't protect him, though. I flat out refuse. And it has nothing to do with any sort of political agenda leaning one way or the other. Guys, he's 97 years old. If a maniac is running at Jimmy Carter with a knife, sorry, that's just how Jimmy Carter's going to die. There's nothing I'm going to do to intervene in that, you know? He's 97, I'm 37. I'm not giving up decades of my life just to buy this guy an extra, 4 months at best? Like, I got shit I got to be around for, man. My daughter's dance recitals this Thursday. Like, I'm not missing that uncoordinated little bumblebee fall on her ass 4 times. Like, you're nuts. Fuck out of here, man. Shit, I'd push him into the maniac. I don't care. He didn't build that many houses for humanity. It's whatever. Not enough to cash in that kind of prize. Shit, I been going to my doctors a lot. Guy's starting to piss me off, man. Comes into the exam room the other day, says, Mr. Giuffre, your EKG results are concerning me. Your heart rate is way too low. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't realize being super chill was a medical condition. Suppose I could try to have more panic attacks, but I thought I filled that quota already, so not sure what this guy really wants from me anymore. I had to go home and start looking stuff up online, because he was literally just like, hey, your heart sucks. Get the fuck out of my office. said I was sorry, man. I don't know. But I started looking it up, and actually, to my relief, I found out that having a low heart rate isn't all that uncommon. There's two groups of people that have a low average heart rate, and everything with them medically is perfectly fine. The first group of people are your finely tuned athletes. Body's running in peak physical condition. You only need like 40 beats a minute to pump blood through your whole system. That's pretty cool. The second group are serial killers. That was really concerning for me. I'm definitely not in that first group, so watch out, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make. Maybe don't let me see which direction you drive home tonight. Just pro tip for the rest of your life. Man, I'm getting old too. I don't like it. I feel it in my bones. I know I'm getting old because I don't understand the world around me anymore. Tried to buy a bunch of Bitcoin the other day. I accidentally converted all my money into Marlboro miles. I am in serious shit, you guys. I don't know if you realize, but the market on those things crashed in like 98. So I got a whole bunch of useless cardboard in my garage right now. Oh, man. When I was a kid, dude, I used to rock out to the Beastie Boys. Remember that shit? No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Crank that shit up to 10, man. I'd fucking rock out to it. 37, I got 2 kids. I listened to that song last week. I was like, oh, come on, fellas, just take a little nap. You're going to be so tired by the time we get to Brooklyn. Why don't we write a song called How About We Be Well Rested and Ready so we can fully enjoy our New York experience? What about it, fellas? Yeah? Whoever stays asleep the longest gets a Starburst. That's any takers? No, that's all right. I have a lot of existential crises. That's a good time. I tried to buy a garden hose the other day. Man, that didn't work out very well. Too many hurdles got in my way. I was looking at one of them. It had a tag on it that said, durability. This is the last garden hose you'll ever have to buy. Holy shit, that's ominous. Is it? Why? Why is it the last garden hose? Would it have killed him to put something uplifting on there? Just anything at all? Like, hey, man, it's a durable garden hose. You know what? You're going to live a long and happy life, so you should buy like 12 of these things. I would have been on board with that immediately, man. Just tell me how many garden hoses I have to buy so I don't die tonight. That's all I want to know. I ran the hell out of there screaming. I water my lawn with a bucket now. I don't care. Whatever. Speaking of death, we're going to keep this on a cheery note before I get out of here and hand you off to our first comedian tonight. I always thought that when you died and you didn't have any identification on you, they would just call you John Doe, and that would be the end of it, right? Because that's the standard. That's what we're all comfortable with. Then I found out in the 70s, some teenager died, and all he had on him were some Grateful Dead concert tickets. So for 40 years, they called that kid the Grateful Doe. All right, first off, I don't know why we're just letting them make shit up like this. All right, that's a huge problem for me, all right? Because I don't have a driver's license, and now I'm terrified to open a jar of pickles, because if I have an aneurysm halfway through it, then everyone's going to call me Dildo. And we're right back in high school again, so not doing that, man. Are you guys ready for your first comedian of the night? Yeah! Make it super loud for her. She's hilarious. She's been all over the place. In addition to the awesome snacks and beer that you can get out front, you can also purchase their art. They are super funny. Please welcome to the stage, Jillian Marie, everybody.
How are we doing tonight? Yay! I almost got into a car wreck on the way here. People are ridiculous. If you fly a flag from your truck, don't be surprised when I drive up astern, board your vessel, and plunder your spices. Stop calling the cops. They have no jurisdiction on the high seas. A little bit about me. I was raised in the Mormon church. Hold for applause. Well, you're all going to hell. Obviously, it didn't take, which was a real disappointment to my mom and my dad, and my dad's 5 other wives. Real letdown for my auntie mommies. I decided I was done with Jesus the first time my high school boyfriend fingered me. I'm sorry, Jesus. But I'm with Sean now. He has a car, and he introduced me to this thing called the clitoris. Now, I don't want to suggest that you've been hiding this from me, Jesus, but it wasn't mentioned in a single one of your books. And I'm a little suspicious. Hope we can still be friends. I told that joke online and someone called me a pervert. Now, I try not to let things like that bother me, but this time I have to admit I kind of started to cry as I was washing my enormous collection of butt plugs. I'm sorry, I misspoke. My collection of enormous butt plugs. I am a pervert. But I'm not just a pervert. I'm also an artist. Being an artist is great. I'm my own boss. Nobody tells me when to work. Nobody tells me how to work. Nobody pays me. That's the punchline. Thank you. I recently had to buy an iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil to go with it for sketching. And I was thrilled to learn that Apple offers free engraving on the Apple Pencil, which is great for me because, like, I'm not like the rest of you consumerist sheep. I am a unique snowflake with big ideas and profound thoughts. And everyone's gonna know that when they see my Apple Pencil engraved with the word boobies. Thank you. Most of my great ideas are boobies. But Apple says no. Censored. They will not print boobies on my Apple Pencil. What kind of puritanical nonsense is this, Apple? Can I just not do anything remotely sexual? I wonder. So I type in dick. And dick slides right in. Past the censors. Now, my feminist senses are starting to tingle. You know, my armpit hair is standing on end. This smells a little bit like sexism, but I don't want anyone to call me hysterical, right? Like, I'm terrified of that. There are still men named Dick in this world, for whatever reason. So I need to get some more data. So I type in cock. Apple also takes cock. Just fine. So yeah, this seems pretty sexist. Can't do boobies, dick's fine, cock's fine. I bet they'd even let me do schlong. And actually, schlong is a pretty hilarious word. Maybe I want it on my Apple Pencil. So I type it in. Denied. That's anti-Semitism. So now I'm furiously typing away, trying to figure out what the rules are. Can't do titties, can't do tatas, can't do pussy. Apparently anything on my body is just too filthy for Apple. And then it hits me. And I type in CLITORIS, clitoris. Thanks, Sean. And it goes right through. Because tech bros can't even write an algorithm to find the clitoris. I know this because I was raised in the Silicon Valley and I'm an enormous slut. But I get why Apple can't be associated with my filth. I mean, they are a multi-trillion, probably, corporation. They have to think about their shareholders. And on an unrelated note, here are some things you can have engraved on your Apple Pencil. I checked. Blood minerals, child labor, tax evasion. Steve Jobs sucks dicks in hell. All of those are fine, but not boobies. This week is actually my 1-year comedy anniversary. Thank you. And I have learned so much in that year, especially from my fellow comedians. Like, for instance, I learned that I'm what's called a comedian's comedian. And for those of you who don't know, that means that while they don't always get my jokes, my colleagues really appreciate my blowjobs. We're going to do all the anniversaries back to back. Also, this next year, my husband and I will be celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary. Yeah. Yeah, we were best friends beforehand, so things are just so smooth, you know? They're calm. We don't have kids. We don't fight. We fuck like bunnies. But there is something missing. Drama. So we decided to try an open marriage. Ooh. You know, my therapist asked me, she said, does it make you nervous to think of your husband with another woman? And I thought, no. I said, Anne, not at all. It kind of turns me on. And she just looked at me with these huge dollar signs in her eyes. I'm not nervous about that. What I was nervous about was putting myself back out there. You know, I haven't been single since I was 19 years old. And it was easy back then because I was thin and pretty, down to fuck. My standards were very low. I'm proud to say that now my standards have gotten a lot higher. But my tits keep getting lower. I was also kind of nervous about online dating because all of my friends are always complaining about Tinder, right? Bitches, Tinder is so easy. Like, my first right swipe turned into my first match, turned into a first date. This took 3 days. It's the easiest thing in the world. He shows up, he's nice, he's charming, he's oddly obsessed with salamanders. Oh, you chuckle, but in the first 24 hours I talked to him, he sent me 12 pictures of salamanders, 5 pictures of snakes, and not a single dick pic. What a fucking weirdo. They need to screen these people. And you did guess correctly. I do fuck on the first date. So I took him, but thank you. So I took him back to my place, and he asked me, what are you into? You know, like, what really turns you on? And I told him, I said, I like to feel absolutely powerless. So he comes over and pins me down, and this weirdo growls in my ear. We have all the resources we need to end climate change. But the wealthy men in charge would rather watch the planet burn. And I have never come harder in my life. Well, my time is almost up, and I don't normally do this, but you guys have been such a great audience. So, if any of you have any weed you need me to smoke, I'll be outside after the show.
Jillian Marie, everybody! Hey. All right. Your next comic coming to the stage. She's been all over the place doing comedy for a while now. You can catch her at Comedy Spot. You can catch her everywhere, including here in the next 10 seconds. Here she comes, Graciela Hamilton.
Hi, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Yay, yay. You know, I almost didn't get on the show, actually. But last minute, the booker was like, we need somebody with the looks and the charm of a female version of Urkel. Then I got on, you know? Did I do that? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now dark. Okay. Let's talk about it. What is happening with the GOP, guys? Did you guys hear about the whole thing with, like, the abortion bans? You guys hear about it? It's crazy. Fuck. No, okay. Here's the kicker. They banned Juul and abortion in the same week. And that was horrible for me, you know, like, because imagine you have rights, like you have rights to do something, and then you don't have anything to deal with the stress of not having those rights anymore. Like, I remember when I heard the news, I was like, Juul's banned? How? I wish I could have an abortion about this. Fuck! Damn it! It's nature's cigarette, okay? It is. It is. It is. Okay, now that we got that out of the way. I do like to ask my audience questions. I like to ask them questions to kind of get a feel of who I'm talking to, so feel free to respond. Are we good? We down to respond? Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Humans are animals, right? Yeah. Okay, great. And vegans don't eat animal products, right? Yeah. Okay. So, am I still a vegan if I drink cum? Or thank you. Yeah. We have a yeah. Okay. I'll take it, you know? I said that joke at a comedy club once, and some lady in the front row just yells out, "Honey, if he lays there and does nothing, that's a vegetable." Like, what? Okay. Ooh, let's go vegan. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Great. I don't even know what that means, so okay. Okay. A little bit about me is that I'm a barista. Yes. I love it. I love being a barista. I do have a lot of weird coworkers when it comes to being a barista, though. Like, the other day, my coworker walked in from the outside, and she was like, "Oh, my God, Graciela, I just got catcalled." And I was like, "Oh, that's so horrible." And then she went on to say, "Yeah, and it seems like all the men who catcall me are Mexican." And I was like, that doesn't have to do with anything, but okay. And then she went on to say these exact words, and I'm not joking with you. She said, "Yeah, that's why I'm too scared to go to Home Depot alone." What the fuck? Half of me was like, girl, you cannot be saying shit like that. Like, what? But then the other half of me was like, I mean, I kind of get it, because, like, white men love me. That's why I can't go to Roseville alone. Like, it's so scary there, girl. Have you been on Vernon Street? What the fuck is that? Does anyone? Anybody live in Roseville? Good. Okay, jeez. We're saved. Okay. I like Jillian. I love drama. I really do. You can get drama in a lot of unexpected places, though. Like, I get most of my drama from the Bible. It's chock full of drama. Are you kidding me? The Bible is just a bunch of grown men gossiping to each other. Like, the Bible is just some guy named David being like, I heard from Matthew, who heard from Mark, who heard from Luke, who heard from John, who was at the table with Jesus, that he could turn water into wine. And I have a river in front of my yard, so rose all day, bitches. Yeah. And then you have, like, haters in the Bible. You got Judas, that fucking bitch. Like, Judas, like, he would, like, go around and spread rumors about Jesus for no fucking reason. And then people would be like, Judas, why are you doing this? And Judas would be like, oh, no reason. I'm not planning anything. What? And then he'd go, well, I'll see you all at the Last Supper. I mean, the regular supper that we go to. Saved it. More Jesus. More Jesus. Sorry. There's more. Okay. Another story in the Bible that really interests me is the story of Jesus' death and resurrection. Have we ever heard of it? Yeah. Okay, great. We know what Easter is, right? Sir? Okay, sorry. I did not mean to clock you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Basically, the story of Jesus' death and resurrection, it basically goes like Jesus dies, like 3 days later, he rises, like he's born again. And that reminded me of RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. You guys are ahead of me, but I'm going to explain it anyway. So on RuPaul's Drag Race, they have this thing called reveals, and it's when a queen like has an outfit on and then she takes it off and then she reveals that she has a better outfit on under, and Jesus did that when he rose from the dead, is what I'm trying to say. Like if Jesus were on RuPaul's Drag Race, oh my God, I can already see it. He'd be like walking down the runway all dead and shit, right? Right? Yeah. And then he'd take that rock off and then do a little pose and reveal he was alive. And then RuPaul would say some stupid pun like, "Lordy, lordy, this look is giving me a resurrection." Like, yeah. It's a good show. Speaking of RuPaul's Drag Race, I am bisexual. Okay. Hey. You don't have to cheer. It's July. It's it's fine. You don't have to support it anymore after June. That's the rule. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I'm bisexual. I do have a different approach when it comes to dating women and dating men, though. For example, I date women, but I test men. Yes. Every man I date is a test to see if I'm still bisexual or not. And boy, are they losing. Oh, my God. I will tell you why. I went on a date with an older man. I know, I'm a hero. And I went on a date with this older man. And oh, my God. This is just like a tip for all the older men in the audience tonight. Maybe don't talk about World War II the whole time. It's true, whoever just said, what? Yeah, it's true. This man talked about World War II, and I found out that he was getting his degree in World War II studies. Yeah. Like, honestly, I'm going to say it. I think that degree is a waste of time and money. And you know what? I have authority to say that. Yeah, because I'm a theater major. Yeah. I know when a degree is a waste of time and money. You know, the only two things that I've learned in theater school so far is how to not be myself and how to get mono really easily. Who here has had mono? Nope. Fuck! Fuck! Okay, it's fine. I do like to fuck as well. Fuck all the people. There's a really big difference between fucking men and women as well. Like, fucking a woman is kind of like eating an ice cream cone. It's like, it's soft, it's decadent. It's like you enjoy every bite, Like, and then like fucking a guy is also like eating an ice cream cone. But if the ice cream fell out of the cone onto the concrete and like you didn't really want it anyway because it was like pistachio, like what the fuck? So you like go to walk away and he's right behind you like, you better eat that fucking ice cream, And you're like, all right, I'll grab it. And then you try to grab the ice cream and he's like, no, get on all fours. And you're like, what? And he's like, get on all fours. And you're like, okay. So now you're trying to get this ice cream on all fours. And he's like, no, lick it up like you're a dog. And I'm like, I've never done this before. And he's like, do it anyway. So now you're licking ice cream off the fucking floor while he's behind you like, yeah, you dirty fucking bitch. You're a dirty fucking bitch. And then you have like rocks in your mouth. And then, like, fucking non-binary people is like Neapolitan ice cream because it's different flavor every time. It's fine. I'll end on one more joke. I'm going to talk about something that is deep and near and dear to my heart. It's the police. Did you guys know? I'm just going to get into it. Whatever. Did you guys know that it takes 6 months to become a police officer? Like, that's it. It just takes 6 months. I think that's really crazy compared to a lot of other jobs. Like, for example, it takes 6 years to become a librarian. Yeah. Put it in perspective. It takes 6 months to hold a gun, but 6 years to tell someone to shut the fuck up? And that's why I think we should give librarians guns. Okay. sweet. My name is Graciela. You guys have been so great. Thank you.
Graciela Hamilton, everybody. Make it laugh for her one more time. Woo! Your next comedian coming to the stage, I am super excited for. She's one of my personal favorites. Literally squealed with joy when I saw her name on the flyer for this show. She does a reoccurring show in Sacramento called The Moving Van Show. Check it out after this one, of course. Here she comes to the stage, Shahara Hyatt, everybody.
Keep it going for Joey hosting the fuck out of this show all night. Killing it. You guys, I am so happy to be here with you all. Are we drinking tonight? Okay, cool. We're on our best behavior tonight. Great, I love it. That's probably better than what I tend to do. So you guys, I hate it when I get drunk and bring a guy home, and then my boyfriend's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And I'm like, "Give us some space." No, do y'all know the rapper Wiz Khalifa? Great. If not, he's a rapper named Wiz Khalifa. So, Wiz Khalifa recently said that straight men shouldn't eat bananas. Oh? Now, I don't know what part of the blowjob the peeling and chewing represents. But I'm excited to try something new tonight. So, on a less personal note, I am a social worker and I do comedy. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so now I have 2 jobs I don't do for the money. I need your applause and laughter, okay? This is like how I get paid. No, I don't make any money, but I have seen how rich Jeff Bezos has gotten throughout the course of the pandemic. And I have to admit, I'm starting to feel like my personal boycott of Amazon isn't making that big of a difference. You guys see that he went to space last fall? Yeah, Jeff Bezos went to space, yeah. And I'm just like, really? You want to be floating on a planet in outer space? Guess what? You already are. Yeah, it's called Earth, and you're going to miss it when it's gone. Just cut to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk looking out the window of their rocket ship singing Bruno Mars's "I Should Have Bought You Flowers." Sad. Do you guys think that laughter is the best medicine? Or do you think it's universal health care? Just a thought. I personally have given up on universal health care, and now I just want the government to pay for everybody's marijuana and ginger ale. I'm sorry, but as someone with near constant anxiety and nausea, I need to smoke weed and drink soda medically. Yes. I should have asked how many people got high tonight, because I could tell what's resonating. Ooh, pun intended. Okay. So I think that everyone has an addictive personality when it comes to cocaine. Cocaine was the only drug I ever tried where I was like, oh no. You better not get this guy's phone number. You will call him. And I think the DARE program was stupid, right? Because no kid can say no to a DARE. Unless you're... chicken. Y'all are fun. And I think that sobriety is kind of like masturbation, and that once it occurs to you, it's probably time to do it. Yeah. I personally would like to try sobriety, but I would also like to try ketamine. So, I'm at a unique place in my struggle. I'll say. Hey, so make some noise if you were a fan of dinosaurs as a kid. If you were obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid. Yeah, or now. I was absolutely obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid, and I was so sad that they no longer walked among us. I had what could only be described as lesbian levels of longing for them to return. Which is why I was so happy when I was telling my boyfriend that there was a possibility that we can clone dinosaurs using the blood found in an ancient mosquito crystallized in amber. And he told me, an adult, that that's the plot of Jurassic Park. And I had just incorporated that in as scientific knowledge. Thinking that humans and dinosaurs were going to commingle like some creationist wet dream. But truly, don't ask me anything about science or movies. I also recently told somebody that they are still searching for the heart of the ocean. And I don't even know whether or not that's true. People are shaking their head. They're disappointed. I understand. I also am bisexual. Yeah. Just like every one of you. I could tell from a mile away. And I come out a lot on stage. And one of the things that I've learned is that when you come out as bisexual, people think you're coming out as a threesome. Yeah. Like, not everybody thinks that. Just the ugliest people in the world. And you know, as an inexperienced bisexual, I'm not too big of a fan of scissoring. For me, it's kind of, there's like a hush that fell over. Controversial, I know. To me, it's kind of like going in for a kiss, but then bonking your front teeth together. I think it's for porn. I think it falls into the for porn category, at least in my heart and pussy. So I know Pride Month is over, and I'm still doing gay jokes. But you all seem cool. So can I tell you all my coming out story? Great. Here's a fun fact. Nobody cares when you're bisexual. No one has ever asked. But I love to tell. So, do you all know the gay magazine, The Advocate? Yeah. Great. If not, it's a gay magazine called The Advocate. So now we're up to speed. But some years ago, they wanted to interview members of the LGBT community that were working on ending LGBT youth homelessness for Pride Month. And so that's the work I do during the day. So they wanted to interview me, and I was like, great. The only problem was I hadn't actually come out to my parents yet. Yeah, so instead of talking about it beforehand, I just beep, boop, boop, texted her a link to the article when it came out. Because I'm a piece of shit. And the next time I looked at my phone, I had a bunch of missed phone calls and a text message that said, "Is it true?" And I responded, "Happy Pride." Rainbow emoji. And finally I got the courage to actually answer the phone, and when I did, my mom, she was crying, and she was like, "Shahara, I just want to know what's going on with you." I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm bisexual." She was like, "Oh, just like Lady Gaga or Angelina Jolie." I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm just like Lady Gaga and Angelina Jolie." and you love them unconditionally. It all worked out. She's cool. Now she's the most like P flag mom ever. I think she's single-handedly keeping strapping alive. I don't know. We're on Broadway, so she's here for the queer tchotchkes. But that's a problem I should take to my therapist and off this stage. Okay. But okay, I want to tell you all a little story about this guy I went to 8th grade with. So this guy Josh got the words 69 tattooed across his shoulder. And you might be saying the words, Shahara, don't you mean the numbers? No, Patricia, I mean the words. He got it spelled out, SIXTY dash NINE. She's like, what are you doing? You writing a check? Right? Yeah, it kind of loses some of the symbolism when you spell it out that way, my man. And the best part was we were in 8th grade. So we were like, hey, Josh, you're 13. You ever even done a 69? He was like, no, but I like the idea. And I think that's where Josh was correct. I think nobody really likes to 69. I think we all just like the idea. Right? But that is just capitalism trying to get us to maximize our productivity through multitasking. Not on my watch. Okay? So, you know, the 69 symbol is also the Cancer symbol, right? It's Cancer season right now, which I know because my birthday was just last weekend. Thank you. And then 4th of July is coming up, as we know. And so we're not supposed to buy anything from July 3rd to July 5th because it's America's birthday, and we want to make her sad on her birthday. And that is the most Cancer season thing I can think of. I'm glad you like that joke. It's the only time I've told it, and it's a very small window, so worth it. Whew, okay. You know, as a bisexual, I've learned a lot about the differences between men and women in bed. So, for example, I've never hooked up with a woman, and she's been like, "Hey, do you like that? You dirty little slut." Nope. And I've never hooked up with a dude and he's been like, "Yeah, do you like that? 'Cause I'm honestly invested in your pleasure." No, they're just like, "Yeah, you like that? You like that? Do you like that?" Like, I haven't even said anything yet. Do you like that should not be a rhetorical question. Right? That's like if your server came up to you and was like, "Hey, do you like that?" and then just turned around and walked away. It's like, I'll answer when my mouth isn't full, okay? All right, I've been Shahara. You've been a great crowd. Give it up for your host, Joey.
Shahara Hyatt, everybody. I told you you're going to love her. Nailed it. All right. Guys, are you ready for your final comedian of the night? Guys, this guy, you got to make it really loud for him. He's one of my favorites. He's a triple threat. He is a comedian, he's a musician, and he is a heck of a nice guy. Please welcome to the stage your headliner, Corey Behringer, everybody.
Let's hear it for all the comics you've seen tonight. Seriously, oh my God. And you know what? Truth be told, I booked them all. With the very intention that they were going to bring out the nicest people in Sacramento. So give it up for yourselves. Seriously. Truly, I mean that. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a little bit of stand-up comedy. And at the end of the set, I'm going to play some sad songs. I like to tell you at the beginning so you're not surprised at the sudden shift of tone. But first, before we get into the really silly goofs, I do have a formal complaint to make. Okay, here's a formal complaint against people that ride their bikes without hanging onto the handlebars. They seem so smug to me. Who are they trying to impress with that maneuver? That's what I want to know, not me, because I see through it. I see what's going on. They wish they were on unicycles, but they're cowards. They are cowards to their core. I know this to be true. You know what else I think? I think the cutest thing about biker gangs has got to be the matching vests. And it's not just because they look adorable, of course they do. It's the thought that goes into them. It's the time and attention to detail. You know, those vests are their way of saying, hey, we've been thinking about you. And we'd like you to join our crime club. Isn't that just the sweetest? I love that so much about biker gangs. Because the more you think about it, the more you realize you can't just go to the store and buy one of those vests, you know, prefab, ready to go. No, someone has to take the time to hand stitch all the tough guy stuff on there for you. Which means, of course, that someone had to stop doing crank for a couple minutes. And if that ain't love, I don't know what is. Speaking of love, I'm a married fella. I've been married, thank you. I've earned that. I've been married going on 2 years now. My wife kept her maiden name, or as she likes to call it, her name. Because that's what it is, you know? It's what it has been for literally her entire life. Who am I to change it now? That's what I think. Yeah. In fact, I think it's a little weird we still even use the term maiden name. It feels archaic, doesn't it? Maiden name. I don't know about you, but I associate the word maiden with pretty much just one other thing. Dragons. You see, dragons kidnap and devour maidens. It's kind of their whole shtick. So in that sense, I do feel some relief knowing that my wife will probably just confuse every dragon she meets. Sure, they'll think she's a maiden, but just before they swoop down, they'll see her wedding ring and be like, pass. I like him young and unwed, and then just fly into the night. That was my impression of a dragon for you. Thank you. It's important, though, I think, in any relationship, really, but especially in marriage, to keep things spicy, keep things interesting in a relationship. That's why my wife and I recently went to a sex shop together. Yeah. I won't tell you what we purchased at the sex shop. You know, I'm not that kind of comic. I will say that it takes 2 AA batteries. And we put it in my butt. Because that's where it goes. Where would you put it? My wife? You're disgusting. Shut up. Sacramento has quite a few of these kind of trendy hipster sex shops, you know? Those aren't my bag. I don't care for those very much. Because I feel like it's about the experience, you know? It's about the ambiance. I prefer my sex shops to be dingy and suspicious. That's basically the vibe I'm going for. You know, because you go to these like trendy hipster sex shops, I feel like the person working behind the counter has their master's in gender studies. They're going to give me thoughtful recommendations. I don't need thoughtful recommendations at the sex shop. I need the shopkeep to not meet my eyes because we're both doing something filthy. That's, you know, how I operate. Here's my litmus test of a sex shop. If the floors ain't sticky, they're not getting my business. It's like, ooh, this is a problem. They're getting my business. I don't want to sound like a broken record up here, but I'm gonna. I recently came out to my wife as bi a few months ago. Thank you. I'll tell you how it happened. It was a fun story. I got high and watched The Pebble and the Penguin. Has anyone seen The Pebble and the Penguin? We got any pebble heads in the crowd? Okay. If you haven't seen The Pebble and the Penguin, this was an animated musical comedy from the mid-'90s that tells the tale of an effeminate little penguin who's madly in love with a lady penguin. Yeah. And he goes on this incredible journey home so he can deliver the lady penguin a pebble and have sex with her. That's what the plot of the film is. You can look it up. And he's joined on this incredible quest by a boy penguin who he has quite a bit of sexual tension with. Or at least that's what my very high brain told me. And the whole thing is set to original songs by Barry Manilow. Mwah. You couldn't make it gayer if you tried. I love this so much. And before I saw this movie, I had a lot of reservations over whether or not I should ever come out. Because I've only ever been with women. I married a woman. I only plan on being with this one woman. So I had a lot of legitimate fears of like being perceived as an interloper, you know, in a community I didn't belong and taking up a space I didn't deserve, basically. But then I saw this movie, and it occurred to me that, hey, if that fruity little penguin can marry a lady penguin and still be queer as hell, so can I. And so can you, by the way. This is a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment for all of you. It is crazy how sudden that shift occurred, though, because I had all those, you know, very sincere reservations, but like a week later, I just started proclaiming things to my wife from a place of authority. I was like, sweetie, Scooter from the Muppets is a bi icon, and I don't need to explain myself. Just look at him. Just look at him. Actually, upon further reflection, I think all the Muppets are actually pan. Especially Gonzo. That guy's down for whatever. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a firefighter that wasn't a hunk? Yeah. And you just think to yourself, what's the point? What's the point? Because they're supposed to be hunks, right? That's the social contract we've all signed. Firefighters are supposed to be hunky, right? So it's very jarring when you see one out in the wild that isn't a hunk, you know. You want to take him aside and be like, sweetie, look. You do not have to keep risking your life like this. No one is putting you on their calendar. It's just not worth the risk. This is my impression of someone listening to the Beach Boys for the very first time. Ooh. These boys love beaches. What'd you say they were called again? Shut up. That was someone listening to the Beach Boys for the very first time. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'll count that as an applause break. I get more money for applause breaks, right? That was in my contract I didn't sign. I've been trying to eat healthier, and it's been tough because I love eating garbage. It's kind of a big part of my personality is eating garbage. But I hit a rock bottom. Let me tell you my rock bottom, okay? I was squirting the mustard on my third gas station dog of the day when suddenly my brain started playing Johnny Cash's Hurt. I was like, this can't be good. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I feel nothing. I feel nothing. It's hard eating healthy, though, when my wife accepts me for who I am. Unconditional love is the worst thing for your cholesterol. I don't recommend it at all. It's true, though. She makes me feel confident. It's wild. I've never been that confident with anyone before. I'm so confident that I've begun referring to myself as Mama. Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. Nor did she. I mean, especially after a big meal. I'm just like, ooh, Mama needed that. Yes, she did. Yes, it did. And I know as a writer, if I want to make this bit work more efficiently, I should come up with several more examples of that. But Mama don't feel like it. So she ain't gonna. There is, of course, a cap to how confident I could ever truly become. I know this, you know. Like, I know I'll never have that brazen sort of confidence of someone who could get something out of their trunk while stopped at a red light. What is that? Have they no shame? I could never do that. I'm just not built that way. I couldn't do it. And whenever I see it happening, I am so judgmental. I'm just white-knuckled like, ooh, this better be good. Because I want it to be something good. You know, I'm rooting for them. I want it to be something that couldn't possibly have waited until that very moment. Like, I don't know, the steering wheel? They're just sitting there like, wait a minute. I've just been twisting the nub. That's why we aren't going anywhere. I've just been twisting it. Yeah. It's never something important, though, is it? It's always something completely insignificant, like a backpack or a water bottle. Things that don't belong in the trunk. I'll say it. The trunk is where we put stuff to be dealt with once we arrive at our destination. You know, like groceries or a cop that saw too much. I knew this was the crowd for that joke. I knew this was the crowd. You book Shahara, you know what you get. Oh boy. I saw a bumper sticker that was 5 guns above the words "My family." Tells you a lot about the driver, you know. Led me to assume that that man makes love to a rifle he calls his wifle. I'm no detective, but I deduced that one for you. He also had a no fear sticker on his truck, which I found very dishonest. Because he's full of fear, you know, as are most with the no fear sticker, I think. That's why I want to design a brand new sticker to be placed beneath the no fear sticker to make the whole situation a lot more honest to onlookers. So instead it would read, "No fear, except intimacy." Because these men are not cuddlers, you guys. Daddy did not hug the no fear customer. I don't have that problem with intimacy, thankfully. If anything, I have the opposite issue. I'm a very clingy and needy lover, if you must know. And you must know. But I'm very lucky in that regard, because I've married someone equally as codependent as me. And that's a beautiful thing, truly. I think it is. You know, sometimes we'll just be lying in each other's arms at night, and I'll think to myself, who trapped who? And if you didn't laugh at that, you don't know what love is. That is a love joke. How about some sad songs? Okay, let's do some sad songs. Okay. Now, I'll say before I get into the sad songs, I'm not bullshitting you. They are sad songs. This is not a bait and switch situation. These are not intended to be funny songs. You can laugh at them if you're a jerk. But I'll kind of barrel through with my resentment. Yeah, here's some newer songs I've been writing. Kind of airing some of the dirty laundry of my family. And I've been having a good time with it, yeah. This first tune, it's about how I found out in my late 20s that my father had a child deeply out of wedlock years before I was a glimmer in his eyes. This was quite a long time ago. And so I have a half-sister somewhere roaming the world that doesn't know I exist or that he exists or anything of the sort. So, that took some figuring out. So this is called Half a Sister. They're not funny. Here we go. My father has a daughter he's never met. That makes her half a sister, but she don't know it yet. And likely never will, in fact, and I don't really know how to feel about that. I don't really know how to feel about that. Somebody tell me how to feel about that. Ba 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 ba. When he got free from the Navy, met a girl on the run. She had nice legs and a fake name, wouldn't say where she's from. and maybe they fell in love, or just enough to justify a reckless night. Enough to justify a reckless night. Enough to intertwine for good their lives. Ba 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 ba. But blood is what you make of it, and this might even be bullshit. It wouldn't be the first time that he's lied. But I can't shake the feeling it's all true, and I wish I never knew. My father has a daughter he's never met, that makes her half a sister I wish I could forget. Ba-ba-ba-da-da, 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 ba-ba-ba-da-da. Well, thank you ever so much. Here's another song I wonder if my dad will ever hear. This is called Scene from a Trailer in Rural Pleasant Grove. Remember the morning that should have ended it all. Dad threw Matthew on the kitchen tiles, and I don't know what he heard to make his veins emerge, but I never forgot the fear in my brother's eyes. Now I'm lying awake, and it's 20 years too late to say I wish I would have thrown a plate or anything to take your place. Oh, please, God, anything to make him stop screaming in your face. In your face. Remember the morning that should have ended it all. Things were quote unquote normal after a while. So congrats, you mighty man. You made your oldest piss his pants. And I hope it haunts your dreams until you die. Yeah, I hope it haunts your dreams until you die. I wish I was a better big and little brother, but we stay so far away from each other. Thank you. I don't want to overstay the welcome. Would we like one more song or two more songs? Do two? Okay. In that case, I'm going to do one that my voice might break on. But that's just because I don't do this shit very often anymore. And the throat is a muscle. So, but I like this song a lot. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to do one more song, and then we'll all have a good night elsewhere. I do just want to take a sappy moment to thank you all for being here, though, because this has been an incredible night with incredible people, yourselves included. Thank you. So this is a song that you can really apply to any difficult situation, I think, when it comes to having to cut people out of your life, when it's not the easiest move to make, but you know it's the right move. This is called Needing You. Something familiar about this behavior. I feel like we've been here before. You cast a line out, I bite and I find out a fight is all you're fishing for. I try to calm you down, but there's no way and no how. You're shouting, I'm shaking, embarrassed, I'm breaking apart like a child again. Thought I was free of this, I'm grown, I've no need of this. Your hold over me has to end. And I wasted so much time, but my life is now all mine. I wouldn't have thought I could ever stop needing you. I wouldn't have thought I could ever stop needing you. I wouldn't have thought I could ever stop needing you. I wouldn't have thought I could ever stop needing you. Thanks. All right, this is my last number. It's written from the perspective of the church, speaking to an artist and convincing them that they really shouldn't pursue that art because it's taking time away from Christ. And it's called God Wants You in Middle Management Retail. It's okay to laugh at this one. It's also pretty sad. It's more angry than sad, but it's still pretty sad. Glad hand the visitors, pack the parishioners in. Save a pew for missionaries back from Peru. We've all discussed what a bust your life has become. Whether a bishop or a bum, he has a plan for each and every one. And we've decided God wants you in middle management retail. God wants you in middle management retail. Son, throw down your useless oils. The righteous thrive while the dullards toil. And God wants you in middle management retail. Let's see if you guys can clap to that. That'd be pretty bitchin'. 2 hits. Yeah. You thought the paintings we bought were because they were good. Ha! We thought our motives were understood. The nerds needed firewood. But there's work to be done, converting the scum to the light. Hell, you know they sure put up a fight. But when nothing's left, we'll see which wing is right. God wants you in middle management retail. God wants you in middle management retail. There's no need to sugarcoat it. It's in the book, and you know who wrote it. God wants you in middle management retail. Well, from here on out, it's Skittles and beer. Thank the Lord they didn't turn you queer. God wants you in middle management retail. Have a wonderful night, folks. You've been an absolute pleasure for all of us to perform for. Get home safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. That is Big Top Comedy. You want to see more of Stab? Well, why not go to stabcomedytheater.com for our full calendar of events. We stream live improv, stand-up, sketch, podcast, gaming streams almost every day. And we're here live in person Thursdays through Sundays. Check us out. Have a good night. Now, this is where I turn my attention to the online audience. Hey, guys. Is there someplace we can send you? Also, if you want to be a part of the online audience, go to twitch.tv/stabcomedy. But you guys already know that. Let's send you guys over to Cinema Insomnia. Hold on for the raid. See you tomorrow. Monday.